YouTube channel where we affect lives, we affect businesses, and we affect the society. The business environment is changing. Not just because of COVID. In fact, the business environment is dynamic. It changes every other day. And therefore, for you as a business person, you need to change with the times. Marketing has changed. Traditional marketing alone will not make you achieve your objectives. We are in the era of digital marketing. All right. And today, our viewers, we want to go into the depth of this subject, digital marketing. We bring you practical things about this digital marketing. And today I'm joined by my own product as a professor. We are serious, guys. This is my product, Mercy Mutuku, one of the best digital marketers in this nation. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Mercy, my former student and my product. Yeah.
Thank you, Sana Mwalimu, Dr. Muga. Thank you so much. I'm a proud student.
Yeah, you know, that tells you viewers we are serious professors. We produce the best. So today we want to talk matters digital marketing. Could you start by telling the viewers, Mercy, what is digital marketing? Because many times people think digital marketing is just posting a few photos on Instagram, on Facebook. What is digital marketing?
Thank you so much, Doctor, for even having me in this YouTube. I'm always watching your videos, and today I feel so privileged to be on the other side of the camera and being interviewed. So just introducing what digital marketing is. I know there's so many misconceptions, and you go on Facebook, everyone is a digital marketer. I was saying, join our digital marketing group, just to clear the air. So digital marketing is basically any marketing effort that is done by electronic devices and over the internet. So like that is the basics. Any sort of marketing effort that you're doing over the internet and over electronic devices. So these include your social media, your Facebook pages, your website. Having a website is part of digital marketing, which is actually a huge part of digital marketing. Google adverts that you see on Google when you search, the adverts that you're meeting on YouTube, the adverts that you're meeting when you go on Instagram. So all these, they form part of digital marketing. So any sort of marketing effort or marketing communication that you're doing them over the internet, that forms part of digital marketing.
Yeah. Thank you, Mercy. Now, you just said it well, that if you go to social media platforms, people are saying, join our digital marketing. Does this mean that any Tom, Dick, and Harry then can do digital marketing?
Okay. So when it comes to these things, you know, there's always entry level. Let me use that. There's like an entry level kind of a position, and then there's the expert kind of level. And the knowledge in terms of who understands which better, then you can always tell the expert knows much better. So anyone can start digital marketing. When it comes to businesses, you as an entrepreneur, you can start digital marketing. All you need to do is first, you learn so that you can understand what it is that you're doing. These include learning from these online platforms. Google has its own platform. Facebook has its own platform whereby you can learn this digital marketing service, this digital marketing thing, and you get to understand it and you can actually start to do it. However, it's always advisable if you can get an expert, someone who has done it over and over, of guidance from an expert. However, any person, any sort of business, you can do it online. So for example, let me just ask you, if you are, let's say you're a donation, you donate, you have a company that you get donations from people. You can go online and advertise, tell people, come here. If you're looking for charities that you can donate to, I have a charity that you can donate to. Such kind of areas, which is diverse. It's not even a product that you're selling, because we are all online. At any time, we're even having this interview online. At any time, you're on your Facebook, when you're in traffic jam, if you're commuting, you are on Facebook, you're on Twitter. For you, for example, doctor, if you have something that you need to buy, the first thing that you do is you go on Google and Google for that product. And that is why I'm telling you that everyone is on the internet, meaning that any business can advertise over the internet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now you said that it is always good to get an expert, and I'm thinking it is true. Yes, I can post something on Facebook, on Instagram, but you see, in marketing, you must understand quite a number of things if you have to be effective. Uh,
Yeah,
so
true.
how do you ensure when you communicate on your so in social media you actually get what you are looking for? Because sometimes you put in something and people see it or they don't care. So how do you ensure then that your adverts or whatever it is, the forms that you're using, are effective really?
Okay, so that is one part of digital marketing, which is very, very important. And that is where now the expert comes in. Because when it comes to digital marketing, one big advantage is that you can target your audience to reach, for example, if it's an advert, it will reach the specific people within your target audience, within your target market. So you know if my marketing budget is 200,000 in a month, or it's 20,000 in a month, because you can go as low as you can, then it means that you know this money that I put into this digital marketing, I got the right audience. Now this goes back into the targeting criteria that we do behind the scenes as the experts, so that we can get these adverts specific. Let's say you're running a business in Nakuru and you don't have any other offices in Nairobi, you don't have offices in Mombasa. You can run that ad within even a specific target radius in Nakuru, such that only people in Nakuru, within maybe Nakuru town, can only see your advert, meaning that you've already gotten a very, very clear niche of your audience, because those are the people around who can even come to your shop and buy your products. Another area of targeting is when it comes to interest. You can target based on interest, and this is based on how you interact with your digital content. For example, when you go online and you are very much active, you want to buy a car, and you are always on Google looking for Shaky Motors and the other platforms that they sell cars, and you liking interacting with their content. So that is an indication that these algorithms will use to tell that, you know what, this person is interested in car. So the moment you go on Facebook, you start to see adverts of cars. You go on websites, you start to see some adverts of the car, and sometimes it's so specific. The specific car that you are looking at is what you will get in another platform. You move from Googling a specific car and you go to another website and you see the same car is following you, the same car that you are looking at. Now, these are some of the ways that you can tell someone's interest based on how they are interacting with this content. These are based on interaction with the online content, which is organic. Organic means one which is not promoted. For example, the moment I go on Facebook and I just post a picture, so the people who see that and just interact with it without me having put some money behind it to get more people. So that is organic. So how you are interacting with online content. Let's say you see 3 adverts, you like one and you don't like another one. So that sort of interaction is kept like is a record. This person is interested in this first advert more than the second advert. So now that is an indication showing that, you know what, this person is more interested in this kind of product. So let us give them more products which relate to this. Now this is what goes behind the scene when it comes to targeting. Another sort of targeting is based on devices. You can target people based on devices such that if you want to target people who are using Android phones, you don't want to target Apple people, then you can go ahead and do that. If you only want to target people who are using Apple and you don't want Android, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to target people using accessing your advert or Facebook using what do you call this, a laptop, you can do that. You can only target people who are going to use the devices such as laptop, desktop, and not mobile. You can even do the vice versa and only target mobile devices. So the targeting criteria goes wide and above. However, the kind of thinking that you need to have is now the advertiser is, don't think like the owner of the business. At that point when you're doing this, put yourself in the shoes of the consumer, so that you can know us. So if I was, let's say, for example, you're advertising human resource services and you are a HR firm or you're a marketing firm. So that is that is what you do. However, that is not your target market. So who are you targeting? You want to target people who have companies and they are looking for employees, or you want to advertise to people who are looking for jobs. So the shoes that you need to fit into are for the ones that you want to talk to. So at that point, think like, if I was looking for a job, what would I be doing online? So you come to think about the age. So people are looking, the highest population of Kenyans who are looking for jobs are people are just after campus and such age. So you can know that. So my advert, I'm going to target people between the age of 23 to the people who are between the age of 45 or 50. People are, I feel like they're actively looking for jobs. So that is already sort of targeting that is not available in the traditional media. You can't target by age in the traditional media. So you know that anyone on Facebook who comes in on Go or maybe on Google and is below the age of 22, below the age of 23, they are not going to see my advert. Or anyone who comes on Google and searches for something and they are above the age of 50, which was your limit, they are not going to see your advert. So that is another way you can target. So you think again, you are in the eyes of the you're in the eyes of the consumer, in the shoes of the consumer. So you think about now that is within their age. So what are they actively looking for? Away from the product. Now, thinking away from your product, you're thinking as the consumer. So these people who have just finished campus, what are they actively doing online? So most of us, for example, ladies, you find ladies, we are in Mushene blogs and you following those kind of blogs, yes, and the guys are watching football and such. So that is some of the things that you have to put into mind. And then after thinking outside of your business, come back to your business. Now think like, now I want who are very much actively looking for these jobs and they have gone maybe online to put in some keywords to look for these services. Now that comes into when you're running the Google adverts. So that is where you go in and put in some keywords or key phrases. For example, marketing jobs in Nairobi. That is a keyword. So anyone who goes on Google and types marketing jobs in Nairobi, they will see your advert as a HR company. Maybe if it's anyone who looks maybe best HR companies in Kenya, or HR companies or hiring agents or headhunters companies in Kenya, something of that sort within specific keywords, then they are going to see your advert. And the same thing, you can do it on Facebook, such that any person who has shown interest in a specific area of keywords. So you can have a keyword on Facebook as jobs. So anyone who has liked pages about jobs, anyone who has followed jobs, maybe these big companies about hiring and all that, then they become part of your target audience, such that, this marketing budget of mine, it has been completely consumed in my right target audience. And that is a very awesome thing as a marketer, and even as a business, you know that all my budget is not going into a waste. Yeah, so I hope I've answered that correct.
Hey, Mercy, you become a better expert than the professor now.
I think that was the goal. That's why you taught us so well.
I am actually, is it mesmerized by the fact that you can target specific group of people in your digital marketing. And
actually,
yeah, go ahead.
Actually, even for example, platform, this platform, they have different criteria. For example, the criteria of targeting, which is available for Twitter, is not the one which is available for platform like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. So for example, on a platform such as LinkedIn, you can target these people based on even the companies that they work for. So let's say, for example, I want to do an advert and I want to target people who are following Safaricom or KCB Bank. I can do that. I can choose a target audience that is specifically purely for specific company. Let's say this comes handy when it comes to something like a customer retention. So let's say you run an agency, you run a company, and you're having an offer. So this offer, you only want to communicate it. Maybe only people who have interacted with your business are getting this 20% discount. Let's assume that is the offer. Then you can only target this specific kind of people on your platform. And it's so amazing. The capabilities that this digital can offer, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Yeah.
Wow. When I listen to you, I don't think any layman can do this job. I doubt. I have not even learned personally how to know the people interested in my YouTube channel on Facebook. I think I need to. Because my next question would be, honestly, would a layman be able to know all these things that I want? Let's say I have let's say I'm selling unga, would a layman be able to know how to target specific people, specific area? Is it possible for a layman to know these things?
First, okay, it all depends with, we say our open mind is like, you can do anything with an open mind. So what you need to do is first you need to learn. Like you can't just get on the platform and you do it magically and you do it awesome. So you need first to learn and have some sort of experience. And as you learn and as you try, then that is how you develop this kind of experience. However, it's always good to get that expert, someone who has already gone through the learning phase. You know, that learning phase where you make mistakes. You get someone who's an expert. They have already gone through the learning phase. They have already gone through a learning phase in different industries, and then they have these kind of experts whereby now they know if you're doing service, then this is how you can market your product, and if you're doing products, then this is how we can do. Because marketing services and marketing physical products, they become very difficult, and it's a challenge because they are two diverse kind of products and services. Yeah, basically. However, you just need to learn. You enroll maybe for a class online, you get an expert to train you, but you need to actually be there and learn these things. You put in the work. Yeah.
Okay, a client listening to you and they require a digital marketing strategy. What are the key things that you would require to come up with a digital marketing strategy?
Okay, so now to come up with a digital marketing strategy, the first thing I would need as an external person who like you're consulting for is that I need to conduct a digital audit. And this digital audit means that I need to understand your digital landscape as at the time we are talking. So this includes you give me out a link to your website, you link me the link, you give me a link to your social media pages for me to just have a look as a professional now and understand where you have gone wrong. So that is the first step. Then the second step is now I listen to you, because you need to have this kind of a conversation whereby I'll get to listen to your pain points. I hear, so what is your goal? So what are you looking to drive out of your marketing effort, out of this digital marketing effort? What are you looking for? So if you're looking for sales, then there's a way we can do that. If you're looking to just get awareness, as many people as possible within your target audience, to get to know about your product, then there's a way that we can do that. If you're looking for both, then there's a way we can also do that. So we need to listen to you and listen to your pain points. And some clients will come and tell you, look here, Mercy, I just don't know what I want. Nimesikia hii kitu ya digital marketing. I've had it's the hot thing. I don't know what I want. So kindly advise me. So when you get such a client, what you need to like ask just a few questions to understand their processes. So I'd like maybe to understand how do you market right now? What are you doing right now? But I don't recommend something that you're already doing. And then if I see there's a problem already and you've told me that is what you're doing, then I can advise you, then you're doing it wrong. This is where you're going wrong. So you need to just to understand, what are you doing? How is your business? How do you operate your business? Who are you selling to? Because there are some, let's say in customer markets, you taught us marketing. So there are the B2B products, which is business to business products, and there's the business to consumer kind of a product. So how you market the two and how you target the two is very different, because a person who is selling, let's say you're selling tissues, that is a product which is common for everyone in Kenya. So you can have your audience as broad as possible. So let's move from such a product. Let us move to a product whereby you're targeting professional services, and your target audience is basically like marketing managers, and not even the HR managers. Like a HR manager in that area will not help you, because you want the key decision makers. So how do you go about that is very different from how you'd go about for the customer who is selling tissues. So now I need to understand, how do you sell your product? Who is your target market? Where are you located? Do you have offices around the country? Do you have offices all over the world? Because you can go ahead and target every single country in the world just from Nairobi. You can target China, you can target everywhere. So you need to like understand that, then conduct that digital audit. And then from what I have received is from the client and what I have come up from the digital audit that I have done, then I come up with a recommendation, which is followed by that strategy, which is now outlining how I can achieve the goals that you have set and the goals that you want to be met. how I'm going to achieve that, and then this strategy, I deliver it to you. We discuss, we have that back and forth kind of conversation. No, I can't do this. No, this and this, and then I recommend. I tell you, no, this is what you actually need for you to get to this goal. And at the end of it, you come up with a good strategy, and you're good to go. You start the digital marketing, and the passwords, of course. If it's Twitter, for me to run the ads for your Twitter account, I need your password.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how expensive is digital marketing? Because I'm sure most of the viewers are like, hey, how much money do I need to do some digital marketing? So maybe you can just give the viewers a rough idea of the kind of costs that one needs to have in mind for a good. The issue is for a good, effective digital marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically, let me start with saying one of the biggest advantage of digital marketing for any small business is the fact that it's so affordable. And when I say affordable, it means that you can start with as little as you have. For example, running ads on Facebook. The least you can spend per day is $1, which is equivalent to around 110 or 120 shillings, but it's usually like in dollars, it's not in Kenyan shillings. So it's $1 per day. However, you need to understand that the smaller, the less the amount you spend, then the less the type of audience, the less you can achieve with that. So for you to come up with a good, to get to a good audience, to get to the right people, and to actually get numbers that can boost your business, you need to have at least a budget of around 20,000 to start with. And this 20,000 will depend. Are you going on Google alone, or are you going on Facebook alone? So if you're going on Facebook alone, then it's okay. You can have that budget, and then you split it into maybe a lead generation ad, kind of an advert, whereby you get leads and you get emails and phone numbers for people to call up and follow up on. You get to have another campaign within that budget that can boost your followers, just to get you good numbers online. And also another campaign that is maybe taking people to your website and such. So you need at least a budget of 20,000. And I mean, this 20,000, you can also split it to go to Facebook and Instagram, or Facebook and Twitter, or Facebook and Google, or Google and Instagram, just so that you can have a variety of kind of adverts that you're running at the same time, and to expect good results. Then something very, very critical is having a website. And it's not just having a website, just like how you can tell people www.something, go there. No, it's having a website that can convert. So the major role of a website is to take people to that website. And the goal is for people to know more about your business and for them to convert. And converting means like making them take an action that you require. So let's say you run a class and you want people to sign up for your class online. Then having that digital, taking people to the website, they should be able to convert. They should be able to sign up for your class. If you sell ebooks, you have books that you sell, then having a website means that your website, the goal of your website is for people maybe to download your book and pay, or maybe to take an action online. So your website needs to convert. Another example is having an e-commerce website. The main goal of an e-commerce website is for people to buy. So having a good website, a great website, is the key. It's like the first step into your digital marketing, because we say that a website is your face. The way we say first impression matters, like if you're meeting a person, then the same way your website matters, because your website needs to be great, needs to look good. It needs to make people feel welcomed, based even on the colors. It goes down into the little things like font size, the kind of font you're using on that website. So having that as a whole, so having a great website that can convert, and then you back it up with just a little budget in the advertising side, then you can see great wonders with that.
Wow. Hey, viewers, that's my product. Hello, are we together here? That's my product, right? So viewers, if you are looking for a digital marketer, if you're looking to go into digital marketing, call us on 0776 045 087. We will do for you a great job. Imagine the professor and the student doing for you digital marketing. You will never regret, all right? Thank you very much, Mercy. Thank you very much, and I'm very proud of you. I'm happy to be associated with you because you're succeeding out there. And viewers, you have heard it. If you want to know more, give us a call. We'll be there to help you out. And like this video, share this video, and make that call. The world has moved to digital. Stop this nonsense of advertising, sijui newspapers, sijui. Hey, we are all going digital. So call us, and I can assure you, we will give you results. Thank you very much. God bless you.